is Delia's partner and mother. Both of us are qualified hairdressers and wig makers, so you would be in very safe hands. You're not to worry. We carry a lot of synthetic wigs as well, so if you're not wanting Hairs with Love, which is made from your own hair or someone else's hair, we do have, as I say, a large range of the shorter wigs. So you'll be able to come in, select one, we'll be able to tell you all about it and be able to leave with it on the same day. We also make all sorts of other things, fringes, moustaches for men, men's hair pieces, but that we'd be able to help you with it anytime. So we both look forward to seeing you and helping you. Bye.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer in September 2016, and I started chemotherapy soon after my diagnosis. And one of the side effects of the chemotherapy is that I was going to lose my hair, which was, for me, was one of the hardest things to deal with in the whole idea of having cancer. When I found out about the possibility of using my own hair to create a wig, I jumped at that opportunity.
When we heard about Mary's diagnosis, I think the first thing was that it was a shared trauma, and we all kind of immediately came together to think, how can we do this as a group?
I think when Mary was diagnosed, we would have given her our lives. So for us to be able to cut our hair to any part of our body that she needed, it was going to be hers.
Mira came to us as well with the need for a wig. Her sisters cut a section of their own hair out without shaving their heads so that they were able to continue as normal. And how we do that is we lift a section, the top section of the head, and we just harvest a sliver out the back. And that hair is then able to go in and help build up the wig that we need. And this we can do with as many women that are prepared to get involved.
Had I known that you could donate hair at any length and that any length was welcome, I probably would have cut my hair a lot sooner.
I didn't feel that I had lost hair. I think the way that Delia cut it and in the layers that she takes, for me, I felt no difference. It didn't feel like I had less hair.
So having my sister's hair with my hair in the wig just really made me feel like I'm not doing this by myself. So I've got two wigs. This one is mine and my sister's hair. This is the Hairs with Love made by Delia, and this is the Indian hair wig that I bought so that I could rotate the two when one's being washed and have another one to wear. And I definitely prefer wearing my own hair, not only from the emotional point of view of just feeling like I have part of myself, you know, that it's all part of me and my sister's with me, but also just because I find it much softer, much easier to style, and just also having a sense of comfort in knowing how it's going to behave. For example, just getting caught in the rain. So wearing the wigs in summer, obviously the one thing I had to get used to was the heat. And a great alternative, especially over December holidays and now when the temperatures are rising, has been for me to wear this fringe, which I like to wear with a scarf around so that this kind of just sticks out. You could also wear it with a cap, and it still gives the impression that you've got long hair, but it's obviously much cooler than wearing the full wig on your head. And what's lovely is that Delia's also embroidered a special message around the perimeter of it that says Sisters United on a Journey of Hope and Courage, for Mira with Love, Orna, Karen and Gigi, which was also another lady that donated hair to my wig. And I carry that message around with me also in my own wig every day.
Hello, my name is Delia. I'd like to tell you a little bit about what this video is all about. And it's about Liz and myself and from a few grey hairs. And what we've done is we've patented here in South Africa the concept of being able to use your own hair or family members, friends' hair, or somebody who's been kind enough to donate hair and make a wig out of that. So in other words, you can have a hair wig made from similar hair to your own. In the past, we've only been able to use Indian and Asian hair, which is obviously a lot thicker and doesn't quite respond the same way as what you're used to if you're an ethnic person or if you're European like myself. So we have a finer hair, and it's nice to be able to give women that hair texture that's similar to what they're used to. What we've also done is we've built an app. If you would like to go and have a look at that, the idea behind that is that you can have a look at the person who's on the app who needs the hair, and you're able to donate, whether it be financial or otherwise hair, and you can allocate to who it is that you'd like to nominate that hair or that financial assistance. And the reason that we've done that is that the medical aids don't actually cover the cost of a wig during the treatment of something like, let's say, chemotherapy, and especially if you have an autoimmune disease, which often is very debilitating and women are unable to work during that period, and of course then they have to have hair as well. So it just becomes very complicated, and we're trying to make things in every possible way easier for our clients. And then lastly, the last little thing I'd like to share with you is once we actually have made for you a wig, we're able to convert that wig into a hair replacement and hair extensions. And this becomes quite useful when your hair starts to grow back, so that you aren't forced to wear a wig all the way through until your own hair is at a length that you're happy with. And how we do that is we dismantle and we rebuild the bits and pieces that you need to be able to see you through back to having a full head of hair. And then one of the other things that we do is we make a closure, which I happen to have in my hair, and you can hardly see anything. And it's very lightweight, and it just helps add a little bit of extra hair through and just join the shorter hair that often is still sitting a little bit short to the longer hair. There are many other different ideas we can show you. So we hope that you'll contact us and we get to meet you. Thanks.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer and started chemotherapy straight away. On my first visit to the oncology department for my chemotherapy, I was given 2 CDs from a few grey hairs. I immediately came home and watched both of the CDs, and I was intrigued by Delia and Liz and the service that they offer to people who lose their hair. The whole experience of doing the Hairs with Love was just a phenomenal experience. Firstly, from the point of view that Delia and Liz are so experienced with dealing with people, cancer and other diseases, and their knowledge of hair and how hair falls and behaves is just phenomenal. The additional service that's offered, being the wording that goes on the wig, is really something so unique and special, and at a time where, you know, we as cancer patients and other types of patients feel so out of control. It's one way to bring back that sense of control, that sense of making your own decisions. Having your own hair is completely priceless. I then wore the wig I actually had a full, not the full wig, and I wore it with a hat. And even if, you know, I've chosen not to grow back my hair, but I'm so grateful for that time where I didn't have to transition so quickly from long hair to short hair. I could have a nice period of time where I didn't have to walk out the house and feel like a cancer patient. Our hair is something very special for us, and Delia and Liz understand how important that is, and their empathy and understanding and explanations just made the world of difference, and I'm just forever grateful. And I recommend a few grey hairs to everybody who who unfortunately needs this wonderful, wonderful service.
Get diagnosed with vasculitis and polymyositis. Basically what that is it's an autoimmune disease which eats away at the muscles of your body. Vasculitis is a disease which affects all the veins of your body. So in other words, all the fluids can't get carried throughout your entire body. So your body just basically shuts down completely. We take so much for granted until we don't have it anymore. The medical aid doesn't recognise the need that a woman has to have hair. So they won't ever just, you can't ever go and claim for medical aid for it. Not only that, a lot of us aren't able to work whilst we get so sick. So there isn't money coming in. And I bought a synthetic wig, which it wasn't lasting at all. It would obviously look very plastic, and it looked very, very, very fake, and it used to sort of, rub together, and then it would get frayed, and it was horrible. Being a woman, I had absolutely no self-confidence left. I then met Delia and Liz from A Few Grey Hairs, and they just turned my life around. What Liz and Delia are busy doing now with A Few Grey Hairs is just unbelievable, and it is going to change so many women's lives. We all know somebody that has been through an illness, and something as simple as donating some of your hair that somebody else doesn't have, it can change somebody's life.
About 6 months ago, I was diagnosed with stage 3C gastric carcinoma, which is a type of stomach cancer. This was to me a straight up death sentence. The doctors advised that I do chemotherapy. One of the side effects from the chemotherapy was that I would lose majority of my hair. As a girl, it does affect you, and it does affect your self-esteem, your confidence, and everyday life. That's when I came across A Few Grey Hairs with Delia and Liz, and we decided to have a real human hair wig made up for me. European hair just feels so soft and so easy to style on your hair. Today I decided to wear it straight, and then other times you can curl it, and then it's soft and wavy. It's such a pleasure to work with, and such a pleasure to rub your fingers through, and the sensation is just so amazing, and it feels so close to how my hair used to be. That's why I'm here telling you about my story, so that hopefully you would understand how much a donation from you can help change someone's life for the better.
Goodbye from A Few Grey Hairs.
Goodbye.